Good afternoon. This is Brenda Kupchik, First Select Woman of Fairfield, and we are here. I'm here with the emergency management team to give an update to the residents of Fairfield. We have been meeting every day, long days and nights, working to prepare and plan how we are going to operate core government services during a pandemic situation. I sent out a newsletter update last night that included various information. We had 2 confirmed cases last night. This morning we have 3. We are in a state of emergency, locally, statewide, and nationally. I am asking the residents of Fairfield in the strongest possible terms to take this very seriously and stay home. The CDC prevention tips clearly state that we need to avoid contact with people who are not within our immediate family. I have received emails from residents who are unhappy we have closed the beaches, parks, and school grounds, while also receiving numerous reports and photos from alarmed residents of crowded beaches and kids playing sports together on our school grounds, which are also closed. This is putting our children, your children, at risk, and consequently, you and everyone else they come in contact with in our community. Tomorrow is supposed to be a beautiful day, and I understand the urge to get out and be outside, but we need to practice safe social distancing. Take a walk or a run in your neighborhood, ride your bike, play in your yards, do some yard work, but please do not congregate at any of the places we have closed in town. I am urging our residents to listen to the guidance of healthcare professionals and stay home unless you need groceries or medical supplies so that we can flatten the curve. To be clear, this means changing our normal routines and to stop the spread of this highly contagious virus. I can't stress this enough. This is a national health emergency, and all of us play an important role in protecting each other. We will be posting updates to our town website, and I am sending out email, newsletter blasts about how we're going to proceed with core government functions going forward. I am going to have our Health Director, Sands Cleary, come up and speak to you as well.
Thank you. I want to try to convey the seriousness of the situation we are all in as best I can. The Connecticut Department of Public Health has indicated that community transmission is occurring now in our area. And they've estimated that for every confirmed case, that there are likely 100 cases out there in the community for each one of those. For Fairfield County alone, that means there are likely somewhere around 7,000 cases in Fairfield County right now and almost 10,000 in our state. This number is growing significantly every single day. And as this pandemic moves through Fairfield, there is the potential that tens of thousands of people will become ill and hundreds of individuals will pass from this virus. While most will experience mild symptoms, there will be many with serious or critical symptoms requiring urgent advanced medical care. Those who pass will more likely be our parents and our grandparents, but it will also be those who have underlying medical conditions. It is likely that every household in town will be impacted, and everyone will know of somebody who passed from this virus. The time for serious action is now. Every interaction you have with others, every surface you touch, increases the risk of this illness entering your household. As we said on the other day, the town is recommending all individuals, both adults and children, stay home and not to interact with anyone outside of your household. And even in your household, you should practice social distancing and personal protective measures. We're asking people not to attend gatherings of any size or engage in optional socializing of any form. We need people to stop gathering at our parks and our fields and our beaches, to adhere to social distancing practices when they're going out in the community, picking up food or groceries. Stay 6 feet away from each other. We're asking people that if you do go out these communities, the community to get just the essentials, that you keep it just to that, and that you stay away from other people. The science has shown that these actions taken today and continuing forward will lessen the impact of this virus by limiting spread, by freeing up hospital beds for those who need them, and ultimately, it will save the lives of the most vulnerable in our community.
Good afternoon. My name is Dennis McCarthy. I'm the Fire Chief and Emergency Management Director for the Town of Fairfield. The Town of Fairfield Emergency Management Team has been meeting daily to address the urgent needs of the community and our response. There is no issue more urgent than to ask you, our residents, to participate in our efforts to reduce person-to-person contact. Every close social contact creates an opportunity for the disease to spread. Our success as a community depends on every resident observing social distancing. The opportunity to stop the spread of this virus is limited, so please act now. Our community must reduce all social contact, close social contact between non-family members in order to prevent a spike in the transmission of the disease. We are concerned because we have observed many instances in all areas of town where residents of all ages are not observing social distancing of at least 6 feet. Parents should have these difficult conversations with their children. Please help them understand and develop new habits to reduce the chance of transmission. No age group is immune from these requirements. First Selectwoman Kupchak has ordered all municipal departments to operate with a skeleton staff in our municipal offices. Each department head has done exceptional work in developing plans to maintain critical services. Town offices will remain closed, but phone lines will be open and answered by employees working from home. The building head count among the town hall departments is less than 25% of normal staffing, and those folks will be working on staggered hours. Many staff have work from home assignments and will continue to maintain essential operations. The goal of our efforts is to ensure that business needs of our residents are being met, to ensure that we will be positioned to resume town service and recover from this emergency. Let me close by reminding all of you that our government efforts in fighting the pandemic will fail unless you participate in social distancing recommendations. The time to flatten the curve is now. Let me introduce Chief Robert Calamaris from the Police Department.
Robert Calamaris, Captain, Fairfield Police Department. Over the past few days since the town of Fairfield, Governor Lamont and the President of the United States declared a state of emergency, and Fairfield enacted the closure of public buildings and spaces in order to promote social distancing, our department has received several reports of people still using Fairfield parks, beaches, and public spaces. We have received reports of people moving no parking signs at recreation areas and parking their vehicles in those spaces, and other reports of cars filling residential neighborhoods and people walking to nearby parks and beaches. We all love our town's recreation areas and open spaces, and there will be a time when we can return happily to these spaces as a community. However, the town of Fairfield and the Fairfield Police Department must reiterate that this is a serious health crisis and everyone needs to do their part in helping to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Due to a limited amount of town employees working while these social distancing efforts are in place, regular park and beach maintenance is not taking place at this time. That means that trash is not being picked up, trash barrels are not being emptied, and playground equipment, picnic tables, and public bathrooms are not being cleaned on a regular basis. As of right now, our department is taking an approach of encouragement and not enforcement. Our officers will start by politely asking people to leave the parks and beaches while they are closed, and we are asking for everyone's cooperation in this effort, as it will keep you and your families and our officers safe and healthy. These closures are only meant to keep people safe. We will be increasing patrols in these areas, and for people that are found to be continuously violating these orders, more serious measures may need to be taken, up to and including arrest. And I would ask, given now stretched thin of our resources at this time, please heed our warnings and do not force us to allocate resources to walking around the parks and beaches reminding people of what they should and should not be doing. We are in this together, and everyone has a responsibility to help flatten the curve and stop the spread of this deadly disease. Thank you.
I just want to reiterate for everyone, I know this is a really difficult time. I understand this. This is hard. Our schools are closed. We have never experienced anything quite like this in our lifetimes. I am just asking you to protect yourselves and our community. I know some of you feel that this is an overreach, but honestly, all you have to do is look at what happened in Italy. They are saying, health professionals, not me, are saying that we are on track to be just like Italy if we don't take these precautions. This is to protect you, your family, and everyone in our community. Please, for the love of God, listen to what they are telling you. Listen to what our professionals are saying. Please stay home, take care of your families, and let's get through this together. Thank you.